Hello everybody, my name's Anthony Beardsall, trader and trading coach, and I'm here today to show you a trade that I took which I'm hoping some of my traders will also have taken, and it fitted exactly, and you'll see this live, it fitted exactly a template of a trade that I showed you in a recent video which explained river crossings, the river being the river of value between the 8 and the 20 EMAs. And this was a river crossing right on the open, and what a trade it was. I'm going to show you this in just a second, but you know, this is the value of learning a system. When you learn a system, and I don't mean just know a system, I mean really learn it. When you really learn it and you see it coming to life in the markets, then you know that you've got a good trade coming. And this was a huge trade and it worked pretty well, as I think that you will examine for yourself. But I've taught you the signals for this particular system. It's price crossing over the river of value and then soaring off on the other side. So enjoy the video, guys. So just a still screen to start off with then, so that I can give you a bit of background over what has been happening in the build-up to the open. So on the left-hand side, you can see that I have the 5-minute chart, and on the right-hand side here, you can see that I've got the 1-minute chart. So this is, you know, the way that I'd set the charts up normally. I'll have the 8 and the 20 EMAs on the charts. And what you can see is just basically the build-up to the open. Prior to this, the market had been going down heavily for the whole day, basically. So we're looking at coming into the open with it being 200 and odd points down on the day, if not more. And so I was aware of this, and sometimes this isn't part of my strategy, but sometimes the market will absolutely blast off in one direction or the other, and quite often it'll close any gaps that have been apparent to traders. And so there's a big gap down basically between where the price closed on the previous trading day and where it is going to open today. So that's worth bearing in mind. Now, it's not a good probability strategy to trade the gap close, because it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. What's far better in terms of probability is to read the price action as it happens. Now, of course, I'm scalping here. I'm going to be looking for one trade in 1 minute, and you know, that's what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm not really concerned about the daily chart or where price is in comparison to where it closed last night. I'm just concerned in what is happening on the right-hand side of the screen here. And what you can see on the right-hand side of the screen is that the price was going down. It was going down, and then it just started a recovery. So on the 1-minute chart on the right-hand side, you can see that there's a recovery, and the market put in a big green candlestick, which is second from the right, and it crossed over the river of value. So that's worth bearing in mind. And when it closed, it had a big full green body. And then, as you can see, a red candlestick followed it back down to the 8 EMA. But at this stage, and this is like, you know, 1 or 2 seconds before the open, I'm thinking if the market closes here, and I'm looking at the clock and I'm seeing that it's 1 or 2 seconds before the open, if it closes here, there could be a fantastic long trade. It could be. It's a gap close, part probability ticked off, but the signals of my system for a river crossing on the 1 minute chart are absolutely spot on. So you can see that what's happened is that the price has broken through the river of value to the upside, and it's come back down to close the gap, if you like, between the river of value and the high of the previous candlestick, or where the previous candlestick closed as well. So that is exactly what I described in the river crossing video that I did for you. So if price closes above the 8 EMA here, we've got a river crossing trade long. So I'm looking for a little bit of green on the next candlestick. And so I'll play the video now. But what I'm doing is I'm going in at the first bit of green. Okay? So, and hoping that there's a little tail. But I know that this is going to happen very fast. So let's see what happens then. So I'll replay this so that you can see it. There. That was where I went in. So on the right hand side of the screen, you can see that there are 20-point gaps between the price index there. 20 points for each one. Let me replay that for you. So perfect setup on the last candlestick, which closed just above the 8 EMA and closed the gap down to it from the high of the previous candlestick and the close of the previous candlestick. And we had a dash of green to start off with. So the dash of green didn't last long, as you can see. It really didn't last long. It was too quick for me to get in, and the broker didn't get me in straight away. So I gave up 20 points. But as you can see from where price is now, price made it up 160 points to the end of the candlestick. And that's where I exit. So I'm in, let's say, I think it was 2 seconds into the candlestick. Bit nervous because the price has already gone up 20 points from the open. But what can you do? So I've got a 20-point risk and everything's set up perfectly, and price is going up. And price is going up to a level that I really couldn't even have imagined. And it wouldn't happen like this if it wasn't the first candlestick. I wasn't, I might scalp for the rest of the day, but you won't get a candlestick that long unless there's a huge news event. And this was just the open, and it's on, it's on a Monday. So the weekend's trading has taken place on the futures markets, and the actual markets themselves have not been open since Friday. So, and they've got a bit catching up to do. So you often see a big candlestick. And on this occasion, I got the setup exactly for a river crossing long. So I've got to take it. I'm not analysing the higher time frame charts. I'm analysing the charts that are in front of me right here. And they said, go long. So I went long. What can you do? I made 140 points, but that's scalping, that is fast, super fast on this occasion, trading. And it worked out perfectly. So I'm rather happy right now. Anyway, I hope that you found that interesting and useful, and I'm sure you'd like to trade one candlestick like that. Well, it doesn't happen every day, but you will get river crossings every single day, and the other signals as well in my gold trading system. So if you'd like to learn these things, then it's like learning a language. Yeah, it's just like learning a language. When you see a setup like this, in real time. You've already learnt the language. You understand the words. They're let's say the words of the candlesticks. And the word said, let's go. And it went. And so that's the gold system. That's Ant's trading gold. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. Do ask me any questions that you've got. Use the form below if you like. And I appreciate you watching. So for more videos like this, do subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you soon. Cheers for now. Bye.